That was a terrible performance by the Phillies today. Jet lag? What is going on? I don't know. I'm just questioning. They fall 5-1 in their first game of the series with the Mets. They've lost 4 of their last 5. In those 5 games, they are 7 for 39 with runners in scoring position. I don't know what to tell you. We had 3 hits today and 3 errors. They were not ready to play. Maybe the rain delay played a factor in there too, but their mentality was not there. And let's talk about the hot topic in this game, and that's clearly Bryce Harper getting ejected and getting thrown out. And let me say this. Mark Carlson was not the reason why the Phillies lost this game. Like I said, we had 3 hits total and we had 3 errors, and there was a moment in this game where I knew instantly, bang, it was over. I literally knew it, and I will tell you what that is later. But Mark Carlson was a joke behind the plate today. That was realistically the worst performance I've seen by an umpire in years, and I've watched so much baseball. That was pathetic. Once again, not the reason why the Phillies lost this game. He was consistently brutal all night long. So you got to give him credit, right? Because all you ask for is a consistent umpire. But holy hell, I've never seen these calls like this. These pitches that are clearly high to Bryce Harper, to Cesar, to Roman Quinn. It was nuts. It was nuts. I was sitting there, my jaw just kept dropping consistently almost every single batter because there was just travesty when it comes to him behind the plate making these calls. Just ridiculous. So that results in Bryce Harper being in the dugout in the 4th inning. This is when it was a 2-1 game, and he gets ejected. Now, Gabe Kapler comes up fired up. This is the most I've ever seen Gabe Kapler ready to go. He was pushing Bryce Harper. He was getting in the face of Mark Carlson. He was standing up for his player, and that's what you do there, obviously. But after the game, Jake Arrieta stated, Bryce Harper cannot put himself in that position. He is too good. We need him to succeed. Then Bryce Harper gets interviewed, not knowing what Jake Arrieta said, and he said the same thing. I got to be better. I got to put this team in a position to win. This is a game against the Mets. It's just as meaningful now as it will be in September. I got to be out there on the field, and I got to be there to produce for this team. So as much as I love the passion, I love the energy at the moment because it shows some spark, it shows some fire, it shows some passion with this baseball club early in the season, especially when things are not so hot right now, and I loved it, and I love the intensity. But now that it's over, and now that I hear these players talk about it, they're right. They're right. Bryce Harper needs to be in that position. Jake Arrieta is being a leader, a veteran in the clubhouse, saying, listen, we need him out there. We signed him to be out there on the field. He needs to hold in his emotions, and I get that. Now, some people are complaining because Jake Arrieta was very critical on the team, saying, we didn't wake up from the rain delay. We weren't there at all. And is it because he really feels that way with this team, or is it because he had a great outing and he took the loss because he didn't have any support? Is it him just being frustrated because it was his day on the bump, or does he really truly mean that? Listen, I'm not going to sit here and say he only meant that because he was on the mound. I think he's just being a leader in the clubhouse, and that's what he has to say. He needs to wake up this team. This team has high expectations, and right now they're losing 4 or 5, and he's in an emotional time, and I think he's just trying to step up and be a vocal voice, a vocal player in the clubhouse, honestly. So Jake Arrieta, great night. 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, and had 7 Ks. He was very solid, but so was Matz, who had that horrendous game in Philadelphia where he couldn't even record 1 out, and we rocked 8 runs on him. He had 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 6 Ks. The Phillies just didn't have it today, and here was the turning point. It was the bottom of the third. It was the top of the third. Phillies, Cesar Hernandez doubles. Aaron Altair walks. Jake Arrieta bunts, moves those 2 players over. 1 out, man on third and second. Andrew McCutchen swinging past meatballs. JT Realmuto out as well. Produced 0 runs. That same inning, the bottom half of that inning in the third, Mets produced 2 runs. Now, granted, Jake Arrieta threw a pitch that was clearly outside in a ball, and the Mets just put a really good bat on ball there, just poked it out to the right field side, and it went down the line, which produced runs. And what are you going to do there? You put a pitch in a spot that no one really hits, and he just threw his bat out there, and it happened. I get it. But we fail with runners in scoring position to produce runs in the third inning, and in their bottom half of the inning, They say, okay, okay, you don't want to score, we will. And they produce on their opportunity. Right there, I was so pissed. I was tweeting, listen, this is what happens. You don't produce, the other team does. You don't put yourself in a position to win. Now, Rhys Hoskins ends up homering in the top of the fourth on our next chance there, but that's all she wrote for the Phillies offense. Once the seventh came to play, they tacked on more runs. We walked in a run because who was it at the time? Was it Nicasio hit a batter, and before that, Alvarez hit McNeil? But I'll be honest with you, I don't know if it really hit him. All right, the instant reaction, he made it seem that way. You look at the replay, and I'm telling you, that hit the bottom of the bat, and he just said a couple F-bombs and shook the hand to get the walk. I know the game, all right? I've been there. But the seventh, they produced more runs, and from there, the ball game was over. We weren't producing enough. But here's the issue. I think the missing Gene Segura is a huge problem. It really is. Gabe mixed the lineup a little bit. Mixed it up, and I get why he's doing that. He's trying to beef up the top of the order to have some protection for other guys. I'm not mad about it, because right now we got to find a way to fight through these injuries. But Gene Segura not being there in the 2 slot, that's a problem. That's bothering me. It really is, because it's such a difference maker. And I know that there's teams out there like the Yankees going through way worse things, but I can see it with this lineup. So this is what we rocked and roll with today. Andrew McCutchen goes 0 for 4. JT Realmuto in the 2 spot goes 0 for 4. He's normally the 5th hitter. Harper and Quinn combined, because Harper gets kicked out in the 4th. Quinn comes in. They go combined 0 for 4. Now Rhys goes 1 for 3. Franco in the 5 hole, so he's staying in that spot as of now. We all know he moved it from the 8 to the 5 last game to kind of beef up that lineup. He goes 0 for 3. Goslin 0 for 3. Now Cesar goes 2 for 3. He's been swinging the bat well, but he's been making mental mistakes. He had a costly error in this game in that 7th inning, and he had the base running mistake in the game before. Gabe Kapler to the media after said, I like the way Cesar is swinging the bats. But, I mean, he didn't say this part. I'm assessing this part. He needs to be better mentally when it comes to the mental side of the game. It's great. He is getting hits. He did have a double. He did hit the ball well. He did have 2 hits. But you're making mistakes out there. Don't get me wrong. I know Goslin was playing shortstop when he tried to get the out at second, and he's obviously young when it comes to experience. I know he's an older fella, if you will, but he's young when it comes to experience. So who do you really put it on? And Cesar has been making some mental mistakes lately, and there's no denying that. And Altair. So I mean, listen, it's not the strongest lineup right now, but that's what we have. That's what we are dealt, and we need to get wins. Also, the last time we played the Mets in a series, they took game 1, and we took the next 2. So that's still in play. But this team needs a wake-up call. And this is reality. When this team plays right now, is the juice gone? Is the hype gone? Are we now facing a little bit more of reality now that the season has been kind of getting into rhythm, and we're, 22 games in now, and we're starting to see people are starting to average out, and people are starting to get into their specific roles. Are we starting to see this team facing reality a little bit? Didn't we say in the first 5, 6, 7 games that no matter what, we think we can win, no matter what, even if we're down 2, there's this energy involved with this lineup, and we can win the baseball game. Well, I sit here when it's 2-1, when it's 3-1, when it's 5-1. 3 hits and 3 errors. What the hell am I supposed to be pumped about? What the hell am I supposed to be grabbing onto? It feels like a little bit of the juice is gone around this team. We got to find a way. We have to find a way. We got to produce with runners in scoring position. We got to keep Bryce Harper in the ballgame. But I want to know your thoughts on this Bryce Harper situation. What did you think about the umpire? Yeah, rip apart the umpire in the comments section. Mark Carlson. I've never seen anything like that performance. I'm telling you, these pitches were horrendous. A fireable offense, in my opinion. You got to hold your umpires accountable. That was abysmal. And even if you're a Mets fan, you need to look at that. And if you know baseball, you would obviously know how pathetic that performance really was by the blue behind the plate today. Holy hell. But I said this in the beginning. It's not why we lost. We had 3 hits and 3 errors. I thought Matz did a good job. I thought their pitching staff, the Mets pitching staff, did a good job today. And we weren't ready to play. Arrieta said from the rain delay, the hour and 45-minute delay, the clubhouse wasn't mentally checked in. And they're getting called out by their veteran player. I'm just curious to see how much intent is it with caring about the team or caring that he started. That's the argument right now with Jake Arrieta. I don't know how I feel right now. I got to give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's just trying to be a leader and step up. So let me know your thoughts down below on Gabe Kapler, on the loss, on this stretch right now where we lost 4 or 5. Let me know your thoughts about everything here, because I mean, it is what it is. We're in a tough little stretch here. Hopefully we can figure it out tomorrow. Thanks for watching.